evening. And for those in the UK, it is very late at night. We are entering into the final hour of the English Premier League transfer window and the European transfer window, as you know, as it goes. And obviously, we at the United Hour, we're gonna keep you posted on all that has happened and all that may happen during the hour. So don't forget, we have breaking news out of Manchester United. So let's go. Welcome to the transfer day stream from on the United Hour. And inside the house with me, we have the man Robert Wallace. I just signed for United, boy. I hear that. The man himself, Big Phil, Bajan out there in Canada. Closest one to all of us to Rihanna. I don't think any of us have ever been as close as he has.
I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you.
And the man
I don't
himself,
believe you.
CJ. And we have already live on the stream Valentino Singh and Martin Phillip. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to the United Hour Transfer Show. So, guys, let's start off talking, obviously, about the breaking news. And the breaking news is very simply that Manchester United has signed the Asian phenom. He beats left and right. He's supposedly better than Ronaldo's big toe. No one. That is breaking news. Manchester United has absolutely done zero business in terms of incoming players so far. We are in the last hour and we are monitoring it live. If there's anything new, but according to all the people in the know, all the reporters in the know, all the outlets in the know, it is crickets coming out of Old Trafford. The lights are off. Everybody in the office is gone home. So there's no incomings to talk about. However, there's a lot of outgoings to talk about. So let's jump into it. The first guy out the door was Anthony Martial to Sevilla. I mean, Anthony would have felt at the beginning of the transfer window, being behind Elanga and behind Rashford, that he wasn't going to get much playing time.
Yeah.
And so we all comfortable with Anthony heading out the door.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't mind. He had to go.
Additionally, we found out recently that was only finalized today, but we knew it was going to happen about 3 days ago, that the most popular player at Manchester United, Donny van der Beek, has gone to Everton. How do you guys feel about that?
I hope he gets game time, and I hope he proves everybody wrong. I guess.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, about an hour or two after Everton finalized the signing of Donny van der Beek, they signed Dele Alli from Tottenham Hotspur. So it's very interesting. We're going to see if Dele Alli and Donny van der Beek are going to be playing together at Everton, or if Donny van der Beek may find himself on the bench at another club, but most likely than not. Time alone would tell. But I mean, I'm just saying, it would be fall on the ground funny if we see Donny van der Beek in a blue outfit in the stands for most of the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? But let's hope not. I hope not for Donny's sake. But Everton finalized Frank Lampard, finalized Donny van der Beek, and then they finalized Dele Alli. So let's see how that goes. The next person out the door at Manchester United was Diallo. Amad Diallo went to Rangers, and on his first game for Rangers, on debut, he scored their first goal. Rangers found a way to mess it up, even though Rangers are at the top of the Scottish Premier League right now, leading Celtic by 2 points. They drew that game 3-3, but Diallo scoring on debut. So, what do you all think about that one?
Honestly, he's showing every day that he's talented. He has the potential to do what he can do. And it's kind of sad that, yes, although he is young, that we kind of loaned him out when I personally find he could have gotten games, he could have done a lot because honestly, he's showing us day by day and a chance he gets that he would score and he could probably be a game changer. So for me, I'm happy that he's going to get game time, but I hope he comes back to us with more experience. So yeah.
All right, cool. Big Phil, Diallo to Rangers.
I mean, I didn't care where he went. I just wanted to see him get game time, right? I want to see him put in a shift at whatever club he's at, whether it be 10 minutes, whether it be 60 plus minutes, doesn't matter. I want to see him put in a shift at the club that will be accepting him this transfer window. It just happened to be Rangers. So him scoring on his debut, definitely a boost of confidence for him. And, may this long to continue. Hopefully it turns into something like Jesse Lingard-esque when Jesse Lingard signed for West Ham. Right? When Jesse Lingard signed for West Ham, he was West Ham's hottest player. Who knows? Amad Diallo could be that hottest player for Rangers as well, too. And if we're not careful, if he does go down that same route, other clubs may be looking at him as well.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be bad for us. I hope that all of our loanees, we also have Mengi going to Birmingham, and we have Ethan Laird going to Bournemouth. I hope that all of these guys have successful loan moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about our rivals. At Arsenal, you had Klozniak, Chambers, and Nathan Niles all heading out. And crickets, everybody Arsenal tried to sign to get through the door. It didn't work. I mean, the window literally has 48 minutes left, but it's very unlikely that Arsenal is probably going to be like us, signing the Asian phenom.
Yes.
So no incomings at Arsenal. Tottenham Hotspur has 2 incomings. I don't really know how to pronounce these guys.
Try to pronounce the name. Ben.
I'm not going to bother to try because it's nobody that any of us knows. But let's see what Conte could do with that. At least it looks like they have appeased Conte enough that he's not gonna toss his water bottle at Levy and walk out the door. Right? So Tottenham Hotspur is at least safe from that regard. Christian Eriksen is coming back to the Premier League, folks, and he's going to the club Brentford. We all would remember what happened during the Euros when Christian Eriksen suffered a massive heart attack. And, his career was in real jeopardy. At the time, he was playing for Inter Milan, but Inter Milan, Italy, has very strict rules as far as cardiac concerns. So he was unable to continue playing at Inter. And he's passed his medical, and he's going to be at Brentford. What do you guys think about Eriksen at Brentford? Especially, it'll be such a great comeback story after those images of him on the ground, close to death on death's door. It'll be a real comeback story for Christian Eriksen coming back into the Premier League.
It'll be good for him. It'll be good. I mean, it's a nice again, it's a nice story. And then he is at a club where it's not much pressure. There's no pressure to win trophies. There's no pressure to that you'll go down. So it'll be a very I guess a very relaxing atmosphere to be in. So I mean, to me, it was a good move for everyone.
Mm-hmm. I was a bit
Yeah.
scared for it in that.
We're gonna be adding different people to the stream as we go along from different clubs. And one of the clubs that is doing a lot of business this window is Newcastle. So we have the man Wazim, a Newcastle supporter, here to talk about Newcastle. But Wazim, before we get into Newcastle, we're talking a little bit about Christian Eriksen and the fact that he will be coming back to the Premier League at Brentford. That's a real good feel-good story. What do you think about that? Seeing Christian Eriksen back in the Premier League.
Evening, guys, and Happy New Year. You guys are hearing me, right?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks for having me. Nice to be back. And well, to be honest with you guys, I've been following the group on and a lot of the programs and stuff there in the last couple months here. So nice to be back. Christian Eriksen, it's really nice to see that after condition like that and everything that happened over the Euros, that he has a chance to actually come back and play football. That's his passion. That's a footballer's passion. To leave playing in the prime of it is a really hard thing. So if he can actually maintain his medical condition and actually continue playing, it is a great thing, right? But I guess, if something does happen, and there will be a lot of questions of why they allowed him to come back and stuff and things. But at the end, that's his choice.
Well, that's exactly the fear. If anything goes wrong with Christian Eriksen on the field, especially, is one thing if it happens behind the scenes. If he ends up falling down, you find the Premier League would really look bad. They would. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
I think he has
had that experience in the Premier League with players falling down and suffering cardiac situations already.
Well, it actually is a plus to him playing again with because I think he has an implant, pacemaker or something similar.
Yeah.
Implanted, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a few footballers over the years that collapsed. From Newcastle, you had Czech Teo that passed away at an early age as well, right? The fact that you could actually see medical progress where an implant could actually allow a player to come back is a positive thing. Huh? Look at Sergio Aguero. It's sad to hear that with a heart condition, he's basically retired from football. Well, at least I think he's retired, right? So there is a plus in seeing how this actually works and what happens, with him in the future. I do hope he does well. If Newcastle was getting a chance to get him, I would have been happy with him signing to Newcastle. I think he will do well, and I think he will manage his condition, and he will know what is what. If he has discomfort and he continues playing, it's something else. So.
President Chad, you're muted.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, let's jump into it in terms of Newcastle. That's why you're here, was to talk about Newcastle. And you guys have Kieran Trippier. You have Chris Wood. You got an imitation Bruno. You got an imitation Bruno. Before we get into the players that you all have and where you think Newcastle would have ended up, I know for a fact that a lot of Newcastle supporters are very disappointed that they were unable to get Jesse Lingard, and also Manchester United's number 2 goalkeeper had Jordan Henderson.
Dean Henderson.
Sorry, not Jordan. Dean Henderson. Thanks. Yeah. So, talk to us. Are you, is it really a blow, to you that you get Lingard?
We would have liked to have gotten Lingard, but even Delali, up to a few minutes ago, I was looking to see if they actually went back again last minute to go after Delali.
Yeah, you all were trying to get Dele Alli as well. He chose Everton on a permanent
as well as the next one we're looking at. Right now, when Newcastle actually changed owners, and we spoke a few months ago, I kept saying this. The big thing is to actually survive till January, right? And transfer season. And the fact that we actually spent about 80, 90 million already on players is a big thing compared to the last 14 years at Newcastle. So the fans are excited. I think Imitation Bruno will actually do pretty well. Him and Joel Linton, two countrymen. He's actually on the national side as well. I think he was on the bench for the last qualifier there. Kieran Trippier is actually start off as he's going to be captain in the next few games. A lot of fans are not happy with Jamal Lascelles as captain, and the person Lascelles was maybe 3 seasons ago to now is different. I think possibly, I don't know if it's with age or if it's just maybe playing under a past regime and manager for the last couple of years. Maybe his quality has dropped a bit. But Kieran Trippier has basically come into that, and within the first 2 games, whether they lost or drew or whatever, he's been taking charge. And it's just a matter of time before he becomes captain. So that's a plus. The fact that we got some additional signings is going to help at least fight relegation. I mean, let's say we're 17th, and it's really tight down there.
Well, let me ask you this, Was. Do you at this stage, the transfer window closing in, we going into the last 40 minutes, 39 minutes and counting down.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel that Newcastle has enough to get out of the relegation and to stay? Because one of the things I heard, I don't know how true it is, but one of the things I heard being said is that Manchester United were unwilling to let Jesse Lingard go to a team that they consider a genuine rival in Newcastle, because the view is that in short order Newcastle is going to be challenging for top 4 and possibly European honors. That is the concern that some people have. You know what I mean? But you as a United, as a Newcastle supporter, how do you feel? Do you feel confident that you all are going to avoid the drop and be able to step up and do more in the summer?
No, President, we've had this conversation a few times, and you're confident.
Well, yeah, you and I have had it, but right? I mean, we had to shake with the world now.
Right now, we're hoping we could actually avoid the drop. Where we actually changed owners, we were already down, and we kept going down. I mean to say, even with the new owners, I actually saw the reaction at some games with the players, right? And you're leading, and then you'll throw away a lead at the last couple of minutes. So the fact that we actually got some players to change out is good. Now, what we are capable of buying or what we'd like to buy, I know we ain't going to get it in January. But if we could survive, come summer, what Newcastle is going to do for summer and what we're expecting now is 2 different things. So I'm happy with what we got for this time, for January. If we survive, which I'm hoping, what we're going to buy or what we're looking for, hopefully, it's basically a brand new.
What's your likelihood? How do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being relegation, 10 being guaranteed safety, where do you expect Newcastle to?
Okay.
Do you rank your chances?
In December, I would have said 3, 2 or 3, low down, right? Expecting relegation. I've seen it twice already, so I wouldn't be surprised. But now with these signings, I'd put it 7, 8. I'll go with 8.
All right.
We have a good chance of
8 out of 10 certainty that you all will be staying up. Anybody have questions for Waz before we let Waz move along?
No, just looking forward to seeing Bruno Guimaraes playing that midfield, right? He's a top-notch. Yeah. He's a top-notch player. Arsenal were after him. I think United were inquiring about him. I don't know if it was serious or not, but he's definitely a top-notch player to watch out for. I would hate to see him get relegated. If he does, that means his price tag will go down. So more clubs may be after him in the summer if Newcastle does get relegated. But looking forward to see what he can contribute in the EPL.
I want to see how the Newcastle project goes. I was going to ask him as a joke, does he believe he could get Mbappe in the summer? But I don't know there.
Mbappe already supposedly signed with Real Madrid
Madrid, yeah. So
in principle.
yeah, so
I think it'd be something like when Chelsea actually got
yeah,
they got new owners, right? The players they want is good players, but I think Newcastle would quicker, good as Mbappe is, maybe get a younger version of Mbappe. And I think they were looking at this with this I forgot his name this guy from Reims, striker.
From Reims?
and I
Just,
think it's Rennes.
Jonathan David? No, he's Lille.
No, just now. I'll pull it up a little later there, but I think that deal fell through as well. I'm just, if the owners could actually put this money in, knowing that even with the chance of relegation, it goes to show what they could actually do if they stay up and they have a full summer, right? And even if Newcastle goes down, I think the players even like Bruno, those guys and them will actually stay. They will actually do their best to pay them to let them stay. And hopefully they should actually make they should have a fairly easy go in the championship and actually line up to come back up again. But I prefer not go through that route. But then to the championship is a really hard league to actually get out of. So prefer stay up and fight it in summer again and continue building the team there. But we got some good signings, and I'm not talking too much as yet because I think maybe within the next hour I'll know exactly who and who came in, because Dan Burns was supposed to come in as well. We need some centre backs, some defenders. Could have done with additional striker, but hey, from what we were.
Oh yes, I didn't mention it. I don't know if you mentioned it. I think you all got Matt Target on loan.
Yeah.
Right, for the rest of the season. So you all have Trippier on one side and you have Target on the other side, the other wing back. So Newcastle is definitely showing intent. I personally believe that Newcastle is going to be safe and very safe this season, and we're going to have some serious. The summer transfer window is going to be very interesting. Who knows? You all might just be able to be one of the clubs that could entice Jesse Lingard to come across on the free at that time around.
Before I go right, I'm looking for the days when Newcastle could actually go, whether to win, lose, or draw, and fight with the bigger teams. I miss the days when we were battling 4-3 with Manchester United and stuff at Theatre Dreams and stuff and thing. I miss those days.
I don't think you had to wait too long for that.
No,
I didn't think you had to wait too long for that at all. I'm gonna be sooner rather than later.
All right, and parting note as well. Wish you guys the best for the season there. I hope you guys, even though sometimes I'll make some jokes something on social media and stuff, hope you guys stay up there and get Champions League football next season and keep building. And even with all the little issues that happened yesterday with on the news and stuff with Greenwood and stuff and thing, at the end, this is not a club. This is Manchester United, right? It's Alex Ferguson Theatre of Dreams. This is a big club, right? It has nowhere Manchester United will go, and they will be looked down upon, right? So, as I said, it's an honor to actually be talking amongst Manchester United supporters. And notice, I'm actually using Manchester United this time, and not what I was using last time.
Yeah, well, that's very good. We appreciate that. All right, Waz, thanks much.
I'll take care, buddy.
You guys take care, man.
Have a good one. So, guys, let's head back in talking about Manchester United. Manchester United signed the Asian phenom, actually brilliant player, no one, and that seems to be the extent of our business in terms of signings. Now we also had we have a situation now that I think was unplanned, which is Mason Greenwood has been suspended from all club activity. He has not just been suspended from all club activity. If you go onto Manchester United's page or website right now, you would not be able to buy a Mason Greenwood t-shirt.
Yeah.
His name has been taken off. All of the merch attached to his name has been taken off.
Why?
If you check, you might even know that Mason Greenwood is still a player at Manchester United. He has been erased.
But why? If I'm a man, right? If I'm a guy who
the
like to
bottom
wear my
line is he has
features,
been erased. Whether we agree or we disagree is irrelevant. He has been erased, and
Uh-huh.
Mason Greenwood's omission or absence is going to be felt because we did not expect this, we didn't plan this. That is I believe that is the reason the club told Jesse Lingard, no, you can't go anywhere. Because one, we ain't bringing in anybody, and two, we didn't expect to be short one attacker. I want you all to put this in perspective. Manchester United has two strikers, and both of them are well into their 30s. Because Rashford is not a striker. Rashford is a winger. Sancho is a winger. Our strikers were Cavani, Ronaldo, Greenwood. Our strikers are Cavani and Ronaldo. We have FA Cup football. We have Champions League football. And we're trying to get to the top four. So CJ, tell me, how do you see Manchester United coping with this present situation, especially considering there is exactly 29 minutes before the end of the transfer window and it is cricket's lights out at Old Trafford?
Crazy enough, I kind of see us finding some way to work it out. I feel Ralph will now look to the youth system. I will see some.
Look more. Ralph has already been playing youth.
Nah, I feel Ralph crazy enough.
So just now, when you say youth system, we're talking strikers here now. You expect to see who? Hugo? Right now, he's the only striker ripping up trees.
Short tire or who else? Yeah.
Because at this moment, it's impossible for who? It's impossible for Cavani to play most of our games with his injuries, little here and there. And I personally see, if not that, somebody has to be.
Just to interject, don't lose your trend of thought. I want you to keep on. We talk about Cavani. We know Cavani can't play every game, but Ronaldo is grossly out of form. Ronaldo hasn't scored a legitimate goal. I'm not talking about a deflection or a tap in, or a real worldly Ronaldo hasn't scored a Ronaldo goal for us in over 6 games. So it's not like Ronaldo, is banging in the goals. So we have an agent Cavani that we have to manage his minutes, and then we have a Ronaldo that is out of form. We are real concerns. Go ahead.
In terms of it, I do believe that we either might make somebody a makeshift striker, because out of our madness, somebody will step up. And in terms of the Ronaldo thing, personally, I think Ronaldo is going to catch form somehow, because in the wildest of moments, he's shown up, and he's shown us that he could show up. So I feel he could get that form back. But honestly, I feel like somehow we would manage it somehow. Either somebody becomes a makeshift striker, either we manage Cavani minutes, which is rare because we didn't even manage Rashford minutes properly when he was injured. So it really is up in the air with me.
Robert, what do you think is going to happen on the right-hand side now that Mason Greenwood has disappeared from Manchester United's website?
I think they will have to make do. They will have to find a way to exist, because
we heard today.
What
we heard today that Sancho has started back training after grieving over the death of that close relative. He came to training. He for the first time in 2 weeks. So let's see what could happen there. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think Sancho just will have to come in, or he may have to use Lingard on the wing. He may use Lingard. He may use probably I don't know, Mata or somebody, but somebody will have to go there and play. So, and we have no real options.
McPhil, when you hear use Lingard at the wing, how does that make you feel, boy?
Why are we gonna use someone whose head is not at the club, right?
We keep him. So if we keep him, we should use it.
Let
him go.
He's not going to give his best. He's not. His mind is already either at Newcastle or Everton. His head has not been at Manchester. It's similar to Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial was pushing for a move out of Man United for so long, and he got it. Now Martial is happy. Jesse Lingard isn't happy because we're holding him hostage. Why would he give his best to Man United right now? Right? It's almost like maybe Ralph approach him and say, you know what, give your best for the next 6 months, and then you can leave. But if I'm Jesse Lingard, I'm saying, you know what, forget this club. Why all of a sudden you guys want to depend on me right now? You guys weren't depending on me a month ago, 2 months ago. Why you got to depend on me right now? So, we got to hope and pray Sancho stays fit. Put him on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left. Elanga boy, your work is going to be cut out for you.
Yep.
You're going to have to play FA Cup games, Champions League games, and also Premier League games as well. Welcome to the world of football. Your work is going to be cut out for you. Who knows? Hannibal may have to play some part, because if, let's say, Paul Pogba does come back, Paul Pogba plays on the left, then what's in the midfield, right? So that's something that I was thinking about as well today, because we let go Amad Diallo to Rangers, and he would have been perfect for that right hand side to battle it out with Sancho, right? With Sancho by himself there, who's there? So yeah, that's just my thought. That's just my take.
I mean, CJ is real bare bones at United right now. I mean, if you go and try out, you might get a sweat.
Yeah. I feel like it would run the right wing, man. I feel
You think you can hold on the right wing, is it?
Yeah.
I hear that.
I've had my experiences in Royal Castle, man, holding on a good wing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is be real upsetting when we talk about Manchester United and what we have failed to do, only to see the likes of Manchester City buying Julian Alvarez for 19 million pounds. You know, I think 17 or 19 million pounds. And Julian Alvarez is somebody that we have been linked with to come in as a striker. If we, look at our situation now. If we had pressed the trigger on that deal earlier when we were linked to him, you know how easy it would be to just say, yeah, what? Come on down. We have space in the team for you now. Instead, City has bought the Argentine striker, supposedly, the next Aguero, the next big hot thing out of Argentina. That's how he's been built, and he has that kind of quality. However, he's not going to be in England right now. City has left him, I think, at River Plate on loan for the rest of the season. But, even City is doing business at Manchester United on cricket. So our next big rival, Liverpool, has bought Luis Diaz in, who is, it seems to me, a possible replacement for either Mane or Salah, because he is an attacking winger. Not the kind of winger to put in crosses, but the kind of winger to cut inside and look to score. So Liverpool is doing some business as well. How do you guys feel when you hear the likes of City and Liverpool improving the team, and Manchester United sitting on their hands?
It's just Tuesday.
Say that again, I didn't hear you.
It's just Tuesday. Like, really, I'm not surprised. It be like that. For how long?
This will be the 2nd January that we didn't bring in anybody. Not so, guys? Because last January window, we didn't bring in anybody either.
No.
Because, ever since the Bruno deal and Igalo came in January too?
Bruno and Igalo came in the same window.
Yeah, that was the last 2 players we ever brought.
Is my challenge? There are some people that would say, Manchester United doesn't want to go and spend a set of money knowing that they may have a new manager and, who would want to pick his own players in the summer. And I want to know, Newcastle don't think they may have a new manager? Does anybody think that the present Newcastle manager is a long-term game winner for them? They just, they're looking to stay up, and they will spend money in the short term to stay up. We have ambitions. Maybe I should say we, meaning fans I don't know what the Glazers' ambitions are. I know they're all right. We could for sure say that the Glazers' ambition is top 4.
No,
We have ambitions of top 4,
no,
right? At the very
No.
least, we as fans are hoping for maybe a FA Cup, hoping to at least reach a final in the Champions League. But the Glazers only want top 4.
no, they don't. No.
You don't want to invest short term to get top 4?
Why?
Why, Robert?
Why? No, I think that they just want to make sure that we keep making money. And
Yeah.
once you keep making money, they be happy.
Winning-
You know why?
Winning just
Because
make you make money, you know.
no, we are delusional fans, right? We have become Arsenal fans now. That's the truth, right? We keep buying the merchandise, we keep buying jerseys, we keep buying cups, we keep buying flags, we keep giving them money every year. Because if you don't do it, and I don't do it, somebody else will do it. You understand? Every year it's the same thing. You know, it's like why would you want to change? There's no reason to change. You understand? It's like you have a wife, your wife is unhappy with you, but is she gonna leave you? No, and you know that. So you will just do whatever you want because she's not going nowhere. It's the same thing with us. We can't go anywhere. We can't go. Where are we going? As fans, I mean, where are we going? Where?
No, well, I mean, as fans, let's be real. You know, it have people who support the club. The club get relegated. The club go down into the 2nd division. The club go down into the 3rd division. They don't stop supporting the club. So
Exactly.
we're not going to stop supporting the club. But at the same
No.
time, we hope that the club shows a little ambition. So
No.
let me ask you all this. Top 4. Do you feel that we could get top 4 with this team? Because to me, we really need to hope that we don't have any more injuries. And we have to hope that Paul Pogba comes back and stays back. You know, we can't afford any injuries right now. That's the way I look at it when I look at our team. Because it's not so much, it's the amount of football we have to play. We have a game. Look this weekend. Our next game is Friday. And after that, the next game is Monday. You understand? Look at that turnaround. Friday, 2 days, and then we got to play on Monday. You know, so, and then when Champions League starts back, you know what I mean? That we're going to be playing a lot of football. And when you're playing a lot of football, you want to have competent players on the bench. And I'm sorry, Jesse Lingard don't fill me with confidence, especially as Phil said, the fact that Jesse mightn't even be motivated to play. And then it's the likes of Chelsea, you know.
We're gonna make top 4 based on 2 things, right? One is our squad looks good on paper, and 2, comparing United to the other teams who are battling for top 4, we are the team who has the most mental fortitude, because Wolves are under us with a game in hand. There's also Arsenal with games in hand. There's also West Ham and Spurs as well too, right?
Well, at least Wolves lose Traore. I mean, he wasn't scoring, but he was still dangerous.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's just one guy,
But
right?
they want to
But
give more
out of
money
all-
on baby oil, though.
True. Out of all the teams that are vying for top 4, Man United on paper, and I try to use the right words, right? Because on paper is where I'm going for. We look the best to make top 4, right? We have winners in our team, right? If you go back to look at other teams, there are no winners in Wolves, there are no winners in Chelsea. Sorry, not Chelsea, Arsenal. There are no winners in Spurs or even West Ham, right? So on paper, with Ronaldo, Cavani, Pogba, Rashford, these guys know what it takes to win. These
Even
guys know
Bruno
what it takes.
Fernandes, I think Bruno Fernandes have a couple winners medals from Portugal.
Yeah, and even so, Bruno Fernandes,
Rafael Varane.
even so, Bruno Fernandes is kind of the difference as well too. Because if we look at the other squads, no other squad has a goal scoring midfielder like Bruno Fernandes. you
Yep.
know.
That is
Guys,
facts.
as you mentioned Bruno Fernandes there,
Facts.
I just wanted to throw this in the pot. There's
Yeah.
been rumors that Bruno has decided to sign a new deal at Manchester United. And within that contract, there is a guarantee that Bruno Fernandes is going to be the next captain at Manchester United. One, how do you all feel about that?
Attitude has to change. And by attitude, I mean, if I barely touch you, don't go on the ground screaming and barking and shouting. Attitude definitely has to change for sure. His
attitude in terms of that, but his leadership is great.
Yeah. In terms of leadership for other players, he's been a breath of fresh air since signing for us 2 years ago, right? Because I think it was yesterday. It would have made 2 years for him signing for us,
it was
right?
2 years.
So him definitely being a breath of fresh air, him being a vocal speaker is definitely something that Man United needs, right? Because all of our captains, bar Harry Maguire and maybe Antonio Valencia, haven't been vocal. Your Wayne Rooney's have been vocal. Your Roy Keane has been vocal. Even Ashley Young, who had a time as captain, he's been vocal, right? So to have somebody who's vocal in the club again, right? Have somebody who wants to see the club go forward. Let him bring on the captaincy and definitely a little bit of attitude when it comes to going down and being nicked on the foot, because you're playing in the EPL. You're not playing in Portugal anymore. You're not playing in the Dutch league or French league. You're playing in the EPL. You're going to get kicked, expected, right? So, yeah.
Honestly, for me,
Go ahead, CJ.
it would be a breath of fresh air indeed, because he does have the backbone to tell players, hey, we're not doing enough. He does have the mentality to say, hey, let's push up, guys. Let's keep going. I mean, you don't get the assurance from Harry Maguire. You get emotion from Harry Maguire, but you don't get the assurance that he's probably pushing these guys to be better. So for me, I think Bruno Fernandes is the best person to do that, because although yes, people want to talk about seniority, but at the same time, Harry Maguire came in one season and became captain. So this shouldn't be a problem. I think this is going to be a good idea. And I think he's going to bring a new level. I think he's going to let men know what time it is. And I personally feel he's now, with talking about the whole thing with him getting pushed down, he also needs to be a way better captain. What he needs to do, I see sometimes with Ronaldo coming, he would take a backseat and try to shine in his own way. But this has to be his team. Yes, Ronaldo is a United legend, but bro, this is your team.
Bruno had to take it by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, it will be your team. It will be your team when he's gone. You're gonna be here longer, bro. Take the team now and let people know what time it is, bro. And that's my thing. And if Bruno does that, he's going to be a very good captain.
All right, Robert. Aubameyang's transfer to Barcelona has finally is a done deal.
Oh, good.
So Aubameyang is off of Arsenal books. So that's breaking right now. But before we get into that, I just want to continue on this Bruno Fernandes as captain. To me, if I am telling you in your contract, you're going to be the next captain of Manchester United, and the present captain ain't old, he's not close to retirement, what do you think that says for the future of Harry Maguire at Manchester United?
Because Harry Maguire, right, is a waste of time. You understand? Harry Maguire is a waste of time. I don't know why people feel as though this man is someone good. You see, we got stuck with the Rattan's version of Phil Jones. That's what we got stuck with, right? I don't care what no one says.
Well, to be fair, he's more durable because he don't get injured so much.
Man, I don't care. I'd rather have Phil Jones than him.
Robert, tell CJ that Harry Maguire ended up here.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's different. It's different problems in the factory design, but damn.
No, dog.
As Big Phil said that, I saw a meme today, right? And the meme was saying that there are footballers playing with disabilities. And they talk about a player from Real Madrid. And they were saying that he has, and they call it disability he has. I can't remember what it is. And then they say Ronaldo have a disability. Harry Maguire. And I just died. I just died. It was so fun. And the picture they had of Harry hugging up Ronaldo like after he score. And you know how sometimes Harry have a way of looking kind of oafy, you know, kind of
the kind of
da-da.
yes.
They catch him in that kind of da moment. It was like
As much
Hilarious.
as I may be a Bruno critic, I would rather Bruno Fernandes as the captain of United than Harry Maguire. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As Robert said, the guy's a waste of time, man.
Remember, right? He was put there through politics. It wasn't because he earned it. Remember, the whole idea behind it was that he would have been captain of England and the captain of Manchester United.
Yep. It would
But
look
then,
good.
right, but then it didn't work out because he went in Greece and got in a fake fight, right, with a fake Greece man, right, who faked an assault on his fake sister. But really and truly, to me, I think that was all make believe. I think Harry Maguire was there playing Blue's Clues. You understand? And that's what I feel he was doing. You know, because Harry Maguire, you can't tell me that this man has enough mental capacity to get on a plane by himself. The man can't even tie his own shoe. Right? I don't know why this man is here by me. For the man looks like an oaf. He looks like an oaf.
You can go through the list of United captains over the years, and you can tell yourself what they have deserved to become captaincy. Tell me, guys, what has Harry Maguire done?
Not saying.
Don't tell me no 18 billion.
No, the fact that the man, right, does mark his own players on every corner.
I never understood that.
The man marks his
Robert,
own
I got to blame the coaching staff because
no, it's
if I am part of the coaching staff and I am like drilling these boys on how to defend, right?
Right.
I'm taking an iPad after the game and I'm showing Harry Maguire what he's done.
Right.
I'm telling him straight up, don't do that again.
Right.
If you do it again, bench. But the coaching staff can't think that far ahead.
Right.
Can't think that far ahead.
There's something I believe that people who have mental disabilities should and all deserve help. They do. I have a nephew who has one. But even my nephew understands. We play in red, they play in blue. Red is my team. White can't understand that.
Yeah,
Why? My nephew is 4 years old. My nephew is 4 years old. Right?
All right,
he can't
guys,
get out.
Let's stop hating on Harry. We all agree that Harry Maguire is a poor captain, and we'd like to see him change.
And
So let's run through.
Dan Burn just signed for Newcastle, just letting you know.
Who?
Dan Burn just signed for Newcastle.
Oh yes. They were looking for him. It looked good to see that they got him. We have Aston Villa getting Coutinho, Lucas Digne, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And they got Callum Chambers from Arsenal on loan.
Yeah.
So Villa is definitely doing some business. Who else? Anybody else of note? So guys, based on all the information you all have, who would you say has had the most impressive transfer window so far? Who's won this transfer window?
To me, I would say Aston Villa. I would. Because getting Coutinho, despite what we all may think, the guy is a baller, right? And Lucas Digne is a very good left back, a very, very good left back, and they have a coach in Gerrard. You know what I mean? So I think they are going somewhere. And the sad reality is that if they keep going the way how they're going, they will meet us and pass us. And that is the truth because they are going somewhere and we are going nowhere.
As much as people want to give Jack Grealish praise, Coutinho, his day is better than Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
By far.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so, Big Phil, you agree with Robert? Aston Villa is winning the transfer window?
Yes and no. I'll say yes because Aston Villa are in a chance to get some European football, and they're bringing in players to help them get that right. On the no side, I will give it more to Newcastle because they got players that other big clubs were linked with, right? You're Kieran Trippier, that was us. Bruno Guimaraes, that was Arsenal. Um, can't remember who else they got other than Dan Burn,
Chris
but
Wood.
Chris Wood as well too, right?
No bait.
I think Arsenal at a time wanted Chris Wood as well too, but we'll
Yeah.
skip over that, right?
But
But I give Aston Villa the edge because Aston Villa will be competing for European football, and Newcastle are competing to stay in the
Yeah.
Premier League, right? So I give slight edge to Aston Villa for this one.
CJ?
Yeah. For me, if it's not Aston Villa, Newcastle, yeah, but I think even although it's deadline, Liverpool added something to the attack in that even if Sadio Mane were to leave, they have replacements for him. They also signed an
Yeah,
Portuguese.
Luis Diaz is no slouch from what
Yeah,
we
Luis
see.
Diaz.
They signed Fabio Carvalho and Luis Diaz. Yeah,
Yeah. And I find those two signings, although it's last minute with the Fabio one, it's a great signing because they've essentially, if this works out, they've essentially replaced Sadio Mane if he decides to go or if he
And they already have Jota as a replacement for
exactly.
for
this Brazilian guy.
Firmino.
Firmino,
Yeah.
Jota is way
So-
better in the number 9 position for them than Firmino. His goal production is better than Firmino right now.
Exactly. And they're adding on to that line of continuing to have replacements and not just waiting around. They're not reactive. So for me, I would give Liverpool that prop sadly.
Spurs and Everton also signed some players as well. Everton, if they do get the Donny van de Beek of Ajax and they get the Dele Alli under Jose Mourinho, they could definitely be competing for European football as well too.
Yeah, they would.
Nah, Dele Alli is dead.
Very good evening to Jeffrey, man.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Alli is dead.
Dele Alli has been a
Ever
waste man for
since the
last
man
season.
put himself with
Pep daughter.
yes, things went wrong. You know why? The juju. You understand? Be careful where you put your business. It could fall off.
Robert,
Guys, it's
Robert,
I'm just saying.
three
Careful, you know.
final 3 minutes of the window.
Mm.
Looking forward, I always got the impression that when Rashford started to get back in form, that Ilanga would find himself on the bench. But this Mason Greenwood situation has me thinking differently. I think Ilanga is going to get a lot more football between now and the end of the season. What can Ralph do to get Sancho into a place where this team could really be competitive? Because, and when I say competitive, I'm not talking about the Premier League. I mean Champions League. Ronaldo is Mr. Champions League, but we need a team to compete on Champions League. And I see a weakness on our left side and on the right side. If we play Cavani and Ronaldo, Cavani could hold one of those sides in the front three, but we still need somebody solid on the next side. So, what do you all think and what do you all see, as we just lock off the program as we into the last 60 seconds at the transfer window?
I think he has to play on the right.
Who's he?
Sancho.
Sancho?
Yeah, he does. Because I find that under Ole, he didn't start enough games. And when he did start and he was playing, but he was on the left. Even under Ralph, right? He starts on the right, but then he ends up on the left. And he's not fixed, he doesn't have a fixed position. Whereas with Dortmund, he was on the
On the
right.
right.
That was his fixed position. So I think that we just need to put him on the right and just leave him there. And let him give him 3, 4, 5 games, and let him really get accustomed to playing. I mean, despite even if he has a bad game, does he has to play through it.
Yeah.
So Big Philly expect to see Sancho in the FA Cup against Middlesbrough. You agree, Robert? We just had a play him into form.
Yeah, I think the FA Cup versus Middlesbrough would be a good place to start, right? Because Middlesbrough aren't a world beater of a team, right? One, two, with being played at Old Trafford, it would also give him some playing time under his belt, right? So this will slowly transition him back into the PL, and yeah, playing him on the right, which is his preferred position, will definitely work wonders for United. My only fear is that there may be very little to no competition on that right wing. And I don't want him to fall into this whole comfort
Complacent.
zone. Yeah, as he just said, being complacent, right? Because we saw David De Gea fall into that zone until we signed Dean Henderson. We saw Luke Shaw fall into that as well until we signed Tellez, right? To some extent, Pogba fell into that until we signed Bruno Fernandes. So I just don't want Sancho to fall in that whole comfort zone. I know my place is on lock because there's no one behind me to play, right? If I get injured, who are United going to depend on, right? Not just Lingard for sure, right? But looking forward to seeing Sancho versus Middlesbrough. Hopes he gets a couple of assists or goals, and we move from there.
CJ, the last word to you today.
Honestly, 100% agree with Robert viewpoint in that I find it unfair on Sancho that people call him a flop, people call him a person who isn't ready, but we often forget he hasn't started any games, he hasn't gotten the position of being on the right. Because I also watch Dortmund when I get a chance to watch Dortmund and watching Sancho's progress. He's always played the right, nowhere else. And there are people who say, well, he played the left very well. But you have to understand, even if he changed, he still had that confidence of performing that he could have done it anywhere. How do you expect someone to change a position if they don't even have the confidence or playing in the original position to get adjusted? It makes no sense. It's not the same thing. Let's be real. The run of form he had, although it was in the Young Boys game and the Chelsea game, which yes, the ball was given away, you started to see him get comfortable on the right. You started to see him take on players. You started to see him be more dangerous. I personally believe Ralph, being the man motivator he is, will will help with Sancho in that for this Middlesbrough game. If he gets the form, if he starts to get the confidence from
Stick up in CJ.
yeah.
We need to answer James Money question. No, James Money, no one is not a professional player. But he is the player that Manchester United signed.
No one.
No one.
He do a Chelsea fan there when they ask Chelsea fan what yeah. But honestly, I feel Sancho just needs time, even if he has a bad game, as Robert says. Just let him play. Just let him keep playing, because we often forget that not everybody could be a Bruno Fernandes, and that the first season they just jump out and do themselves. For a good example, Paul Pogba. His first season wasn't the world's greatest and world beaten, but over time, when he came back, he showed brilliance. So I think we need.
Oh, the man say talking about Sancho.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you mentioned no one, I was like, wasn't that like 45 minutes ago?
Yeah.
I remember it was running. The ticker was running on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Man say making an excuse for a professional.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's more like hope, yes, bro. We hoping that we are hopeful that we could get the best out of Sancho. But I telling you right up, it's too early to call Sancho a bust. I believe we have time, and Sancho needs to be given time. But if Sancho doesn't work out, I have real question marks about going and buy anybody from Dortmund again.
Mm.
Even this player that we want in our central midfield,
Jude Bellingham.
Oh, yeah.
You
Mhm.
mean Jude Bellingham?
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham. I'm serious because it seems we buy players, highly rated players from Dortmund, and they reach to Manchester, and they had challenges remembering how to play football at the highest level. So let's really hope that Sancho gets it together because I would just blacklist Dortmund if Sancho doesn't work out. I'm not ready to say that now, but I'm just saying if Sancho doesn't work out, I don't want no more Dortmund players. Period.
Mhm.
You understand? Forget that. We just stop it because that is not working out.
Nah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for everybody joining us. The transfer window is officially closed. That is it. There is no more transfer business to be had. Everton is still working on some paperwork, but the Dele Alli move is supposed to be over the line. So that is supposed to be a done deal. And Manchester United, the lights at Old Trafford are already closed. Everybody is already home in their bed at night. There's absolutely no fax machine breaking this time around. You know what I mean? That's the end of that. So let's just recap some of the guys who will be heading out or who is already out. We have Martial, Donny van de Beek, Diallo, Mengi, Ethan Laird, all out the door. Jesse Lingard has been told his move has been stopped. And we didn't mention Phil Jones during this program. Phil Jones was approached by a French club. They were very hopeful in getting him, and he declined the move,
Do you
saying that
blame
he
him?
was not guaranteed playing time.
But do you blame him?
I don't know how much playing time he's going to get at Manchester United unless he plans to break Harry Maguire's
Maguire.
legs. So
I hope so.
What kind of
I hope
Nancy
so.
Kerrigan thing is that what you want to do? What the hell?
I hope so. I hope
What the
so.
hell?
No,
What
no,
the
but
hell, bro?
no, but let's all be real, right? Let's all be real, right? Why would you, right, leave Manchester where you are making 150 a week to do nothing for years, to go to Bordeaux to actually work?
let me tell you all something.
Would you do it?
I want to
Would
say
you do
something
it?
very serious.
No.
I,
Answer the question first. Would you do it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's a professional football player. You don't want to get paid to do nothing.
No.
That's one.
The man
And
getting
two,
paid to be on vacation.
Two, I have it from fairly reliable sources that Phil Jones has been told that if he can play regular football at a high level or at the level that he was playing it before, that he is on the radar of the English national team. And we may find that funny.
in no way, boy.
But Phil Jones,
In no
at
way,
his
boy.
Phil Jones level, is
In no
better
way.
than Mings, if we're honest. And if Mings is on the English national team, I could see Phil Jones making a return.
If he is going to be on the England game, I still have a chance with Rihanna. Despite all of it. Because there's no way there is St. John could come back and carry us to a World Cup final. That's what you saying, you know.
What is this, Phil? What is this?
Obama what?
It's official.
Yeah, we know it's official.
Yeah.
Obama what?
Obama who?
Obama, shut your mouth. He is right now going to Barcelona, right? That is what happening. But
Okay.
Good.
All right, question, right? Our question, right? Will he score more goals than Messi?
No.
He don't need to score more goals than Messi.
He just
Right
needs
now,
to show
all he
up,
needs
bro.
to do is score goals.
Yeah, he just needs to show
Barcelona
up.
in such a mess.
A change
All
of
Aubameyang needs to
scenery
do is
and
score
being
goals.
in Europe will definitely have him scoring goals for sure. I think so.
Okay.
It's only when Barcelona.
You know,
he started
I just want to
play
say
football,
something.
bro.
I want to say something as we look at the shut down the street.
Yeah.
However, this Mason Greenwood things works out, whether he is released without being charged whether he is charged and gets a slap on the wrist, like community service, whether he is proven guilty and serves time 3 to 5 years. However, this Mason Greenwood thing works out, believe you me, there are going to be clubs that are going to come in for Mason Greenwood as soon as he is eligible to play. Again, as soon as he has. If he's still a United player, we are going to get approached. If he is terminated or the time frame of his contract expires because he's serving jail time, the minute Mason Greenwood is back out, mark my words, clubs are going to be coming in for him. And I'm not talking about championship clubs. I'm not talking about fighting relegation clubs. I'm talking about big clubs, more likely than not outside of Europe. You know, keep an eye on the likes of Barcelona, you know, for when Mason Greenwood is eligible to play again. But we'll see how that goes. That is in the future. Right now, you know, we lift up, send up prayers, not just for Mason and his family, but also for the victim, Mason's girlfriend, and all of this. You know, we pray that, you know, both of them would be able to heal. I don't mean together. I mean heal as individuals, heal as people. And also for the United family, I think right now is really tough being a United supporter. You know, we would like to be talking more about football instead of dealing with this mess. And then apart from that, we can't even talk progressively about football because Manchester United didn't do anything in the transfer window. Nothing. They have given Ralph nothing to work with and half the club out on loan, which I don't even mind. I don't mind us sending people out on loan. But oh gosh, man. All right, guys, as I always say, Red Devils, we don't die. We multiply. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for being part of the stream. And you know what I mean? As Devin says, keep the red flag flying high.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.